Hello everyone, welcome to the class. In this session, we will discuss about slots. So, what do you mean by slot and the different several types of slots in this session we will discuss. So, a slot is an opening in a computer where you can insert a printed circuit board. So, slots are often called expansion slots. It is also called as expansion slots. These expansion slots because they allow you to expand the capabilities of computer. Let us take example. I am having one slot. It is a processor slot. Okay, in this processor slot I am going to insert a processor into this slot. So it is capable to host this processor into this area. So this area is called a slot. So we are expanding the capability of this computer with the help of this slot, right? So slots are often called expansion slots because they allow you to expand the capabilities of a computer. So expansion slots, these slots are located on the motherboard. Generally you can see this is the motherboard. So in this motherboard expansion slots are located. These are the expansion slot. This is PCA slot. This is AGP slot. That means graphics port we are inserting at this slot. PCA cards are we are inserting at these slots. This is what processor slot, and in the processor slot we are placed processor here. We are placing processor here. Processor we are placing. Okay. So these slots are located on the motherboard. See, this is motherboard. This is motherboard. This is motherboard. These are located in the motherboard. Motherboard PCI Express is there. Okay, AGP plate is there. PCI Express is there. PCI Express 1. These are the various slots are available in the motherboard. This is motherboard. Okay. So there are different types of slots are available. ISA slots, industry standard architecture slots. Generally ISA slots is used to connect modem and input devices. Generally it will come this side. So it is used to connect what? It is used to connect input devices and modem. Okay. Input devices and modem, ISA slots. ISA expansion is industry standard architecture slot. So again the second one is PCA slots, peripheral component interconnect slots. PCA slots are used to connect graphics accelerated cards and sound cards, internal modems or SCSI cards. They are much faster than ISA slots. So ISA slots compared to ISA slots, SISI slots are very powerful. Okay, now see, you can observe in this. This is what PCA ports. PCA ports. In this sound card, some digital DTS sound, some effective sound. If we require, we are inserting at these slots. Okay, now this is PCI Express in this PCI slots, peripheral component interconnect. We are inserting the PCA, peripheral component interconnect devices, sound cards, and graphics accelerated cards, internal modems also we can insert in this slots. Slots means this area. We can accommodate what? We can accommodate sound cards, we can accommodate internal modems, we can accommodate accelerated graphics cards, we can accommodate into this PCA slots. So again I am taking AGP, accelerated graphic port slot. AGP slot is meant to provide faster access to graphics accelerated card. So faster access to graphics accelerated card, thus enhancing the visual experience for the user. So visual experience for the user. Suppose you have seen in some graphical movies, graphic related movies, right? In that movies they were used AGP cards, accelerated graphics port cards, with the help of this slot. So if we insert that graphics cards at that ports, at that slots, so graphics applications runs very faster. So this is the AGP slot. See, in the motherboard we can see this is the AGP slot. This is the AGP slot. Okay, and all Celeron and Pentium 3 motherboards come with the AGP slots. Okay, these are motherboards. This motherboards is having AGP slot, but earlier Pentium 2, Pentium 1 motherboards does not contain any AGP slots. ROM slot means random access memory slots. Is used to install memory and is two types. There are SIMM, single inline memory module slot, and DIMM, dual inline memory module slot. See, you can observe here memory slots, 4 memory slots. You can observe here. These are memory slots. These are the memory slots. So in this, what we can do? Single inline memory module slot and DIMM memory module slot. There are two different types. Okay, na? So the original Pentium system typically have either 4 72-pin SIMM slots or 2 168-pin DIMM slot to install memory. So either it may contain 72-pin or 168-pin DIMM slots. This is RAM slots. So processor slot means what? This is a processor slot. This is a processor slot. In this processor slot is used to insert the processor chip, which is the largest chip on the motherboard. This is the largest chip on the motherboard. This is a processor slot. This is a processor slot is used to insert the processor chip, which is the largest chip on the motherboard. In among all chips, the processor chip is very larger compared to other. It can be defined, it can be identified as a heat sink or fan is located on the top of it. So we can place here heat sink we are placing in the on top of it, because it produces enormous amount of heat. In order to cool, we require some heat sink. We are placing on top of it, heat sink. Okay, na? So that is the processor slot. And PCI Express slots. These are the express slots. These are PCI slots. These are PCI Express slots. It has faster bus architecture than AGP and PCI buses. EGP and accelerated ports and PCI buses. It has a faster access structure compared to this both. That's why we are using PCI Express slots. So PC card, it is used in laptop computers. Generally it is used in laptop computers. PC card, it includes Wi-Fi card and network card and external modem. So normal desktop computers may not include this PC card, which contains Wi-Fi card and network card. It includes in such devices the PC card it contains. Okay, now it is used in laptop computers. So next, disk controllers. Most importantly asked question, 3 marks question. What is disk controller? Explain the two different types of disk controllers. So disk controller is a circuit that enables the CPU to communicate with hard disk. So let us take, I am taking, this is one hard disk. So one controller is there. This is the one disk controller. Let us take this one disk controller. Disk controller is a circuit. This is a circuit. On top of this circuit, we are placing this one component. Okay, now. So disk controller is a circuit. This is a circuit that enables the CPU to communicate with the hard disk. So suppose let us take this is CPU. With the help of CPU, it is used to communicate with the hard disk. This is hard disk. So in order to operate hard disk, okay, with the help of CPU, with the circuit of disk controller, we are enabling the hard disk. We are communicating with the hard disk. And not only hard disk, floppy disk also we can communicate with it. Or other kind of disk drives. Also we can communicate with this. So disk controller, it is a circuit that enables CPU to communicate with the hard disk and floppy disk and other drive. So modern disk controllers are integrated into disk drive. So first one is hard disk controller. The hard disk controller is the interface that enables the computer to read and write information to the hard drive. Suppose I am entering some text. Suppose let us take, I am entering this text into the computer. What happens permanently if I want to store this text? What happens? It is a CPU will be instructed and it will communicate with this hard disk and it will storing this data. So the hard disk controller is an interface. This is an interface mediator that enables the computer read and accept. It accepts and write, and also further if you want to display, and also it displays. Okay, now read and write information. Read means accepting and write means displaying the information to the hard drive. Hard drive we can place it further. If we want to access, we can access it. Both it will be possible. So first standard hard disk controller developed by the IDE standard drive, also known as Advanced Technology Attachment ATA. Okay, so this is what hard disk control. So the drive is attached to the motherboard by means of 40 wire ribbon cable. The drive is attached to the motherboard by means of 40 wire ribbon cable. So the EIDE standard is a specification that allows 4 devices to be connected to a dual channel controller. So dual channel controller, IDE standard specification that allows 4 drives it will be allowing. Okay, that is about hard disk controller. Now moving on, I am discussing about floppy disk controller. Now it is outdated. Presently, no one using floppy disk controller. So as per our syllabus, compulsory we have to discuss it. So floppy disk controller is an interface that directs a control reading from and writing to a computer floppy disk drive. The floppy disk controller usually performs data transmission in direct memory access DMA mode. The disk controller usually performs data transmission. Data transmission is what? Data sending in direct memory access mode. In this mode, data will be transferring. The single floppy disk controller board supports 33 wire ribbon cable and connect up 4 floppy disk drive to the motherboard. So this is the configuration to configure floppy disk drive. So the controller is linked to the system bus of the computer. These are the points of the floppy disk controller. Okay, you can write any 2 points is enough. And input output ports and interfaces. So this is the most important question asked in the examination, 5 marks question. We may expect 5 marks or 3 marks question. So input ports and interfaces. So first understand what is port. Port and interface are used to connect external devices like printers, keyboards and scanners and computer. So all of you know that printers and keyboards, if I want to connect, we require some external devices. Such devices are called port and interfaces. Okay, so the types of ports like serial port and parallel port and USB port and AGP port, etc. These are the different types of ports. So they will ask you what is port and explain ports in detail. You can write this port, serial port. So what do you mean by serial port? Serial port is also known as communication port. It is also known as communication port, COM ports, RS-232C ports. The naming convention for this port is RS-232C ports. They are used for connecting communication devices like mouse, modem. These serial ports are used for communication between mouse and modem. So this port transfers data serially one at a time. This is most important, one at a time. Whereas parallel port 8 bits at a time. This port facilitates parallel transfer of data, usually 1 byte at a time. Here 1 bit at a time. Bit is different from byte. Okay. It needs single wire transmit 1 bit of data, hence it takes 8 times longer to transfer a byte. There are two varieties of COM ports, 9 pin and 25 pin ports. Again, parallel ports. Parallel ports are used to connect external input output devices like printers and scanners. These ports facilitates the parallel transfer of data, usually 8 bit at a time. Parallel ports come in the form of 25 pin connector. Here 25 pin ports it is also coming, 9 pin also it is coming. Here 21 pin connector it will come, parallel ports. And IDE integrated digital electronics port. IDE devices like CD-ROM drives or hard disk drives are connected to the motherboard. Through IDE port. With the help of IDE port, so we are connecting devices, IDE devices like CD-ROM drives. So we are placing a DVD drive, right? DVD, CDs, so that drives are connected with this port, IDE port. Okay. USB port, all of you know that USB port, pen drives. Okay, pen drives. USB ports gives a single and standardized, easy to use and way to connect devices like printers, scanners, digital cameras and web cameras and speakers. With the help of this USB port, we can connect printers, scanners, digital cameras, web speakers and pen drives as well. Okay, USB port, all of you know that universal serial bus port. So this is the example for USB port. So you can see this is a USB port. Have you seen it? You have seen it, right? Yes, it is a USB port. USB supports a data speed of 12 megabits per second, supporting up to 127 devices. USB is a plug and play interface between a computer and an add-on device. Okay. So suppose add-on device is pen drive. This is a pen drive. So this pen drive is a add-on device. It is like an interface. With this is a computer. Computer, in order to connect with this USB port, we are connecting our pen drive. Okay. A new device can be added to the computer without adding an adapter card or even turning off out of the computer. Okay. So no need of any adapter card for in order to connect the USB port. Okay. So next, PC iPhone 2 port and personal system 2 port. The PC 2 port is used to interface keyboards and pointing devices like mouse, trackballs and touchpads. So most devices. Also we can connect it with the USB port and parallel port as well, and also PS2 port also we can connect with this input devices, mouse and trackballs and touchpads. This port is also called as a mouse port. Generally mouse can be used in this port. Most computers now have PC2 port to connect a mouse generally. Okay. Now some few mouse having USB ports. Okay. This port uses synchronous serial signals to communicate between the keyboard and mouse to the computer. Okay. So this is about the PC2 port. Okay. So auxiliary graphics port, already we have discussed it. As the AGB port is used to connect the graphic card and provides high speed video performance typically required in games and other multimedia applications. So multimedia applications, in order to operate, we require this port, and we are placing graphics card at this port. So SCSI port, small computer system interface port. This port is used for adding external devices such as high speed hard disk. In order to place, we require this interface, this port, and high-end scanners and CD-ROM drives. It does not fast data transfer and input-output operations. These ports are expensive generally, as they provide faster access at very high speeds and need separate dedicated adapters to function. We require separate dedicated adapters in order to function SCSI ports. So VG, all of you know that this ports you have learned earlier in previous classes. Visual graphics adapter port connector monitor connects monitor to a computer video card. It has 15 holes and it is similar to a serial port connector. Generally, it connects a monitor. All of you know that monitor. So, in order to connect monitor, we require this VGA port. It has 15 holes and is similar to a serial port connector. So, finally, power connector. It has 3 prolonged plug power connector are there. If you see, you can see in any other computer peripherals, back side of that CPU box, you can see 3 prolonged plugs are there. Okay, now with this 3 prolonged plug we are connecting power. Okay, so this is power connector. Firewire port, it transfers large amount of data at very fast speed. It connects camcorders and video equipments. Suppose video cams. In order to work, we require firewire port. The data travels at 400 to 800 megabits per second. Generally, it is invented by Apple company, Mac. The 3 variants of firewire port: 4-pin firewire, 400 connectors, 6-pin firewire, 400 connector, and 9-pin firewire, 800 connector. So modem. So modem is M is modulator and DM is demodulator. MOM is modulator, DM is demodulator. Modem connects a PC modem to the telephone network. We are using modem. So Ethernet port connects to a network and high speed internet. It connects network cable to a computer. If I want to connect network cable, we require Ethernet port compulsory. Okay, now internet connection we require Ethernet port compulsory. This port resides in Ethernet card. Data travels 10 megabits to 100 megabits per second depending upon the network bandwidth. Network bandwidth, it will be varying, whether it will be 10 or 1000. In between that also it is varying. Okay, that is Ethernet port. So game port, so very interesting port for you. Connects a PC to a joystick. It is now replaced by USB. Generally USB port, generally we are using it. So earlier it was game port. With this port we can connect gaming devices. Okay, next DVI, digital video interface ports, connects a flat panel LCD monitor to computer high-end video graphic cards. So in order to connect flat panel LCD monitors, computer high-end video graphics cards, we require DVI ports. So sockets are used to connect microphone speakers to sound card of the computer. We require some socket video card. So you are listening your music with the help of computer. We require some sockets. With these sockets we are inserting microphones and speakers. So that is what sockets. So musical instrument digital interface port, it is a system designed to transmit information between electronic musical instruments. So in order to operate musical instruments, so guitar, some other violins, that will be connected to the computer generally. So for high performance, that means high performance, so music quality, and it gives good sound. So with this MIDI ports, musical instrument digital interface port, we can transmit information between electronic musical instruments. MIDI musical keyboard can be attached to a computer and allow a performer to play music that is captured by the computer system as a sequence of musical notes with the associated timings, particular timings. So the sound will be increasing, decreasing, giving good sound. That and all, it will be happen with the help of MIDI port. The port interface required for a connectivity. Okay. Finally, we are moving into bus. Bus means the electronic bus. So the different components of a computer, CPU, input output unit, and memory unit, are connected to each other by bus. See, the CPU, it is connected to the control bus, address bus, data bus. Memory also control bus, address bus, data bus. Input output devices also connected with this bus, control bus, address bus, and data buses. Okay. So bus is a set of wires. This is a definition. Compulsory you have to learn this definition. So bus is a set of wires, and each wire can carry one bit of data. One bit of a data it will be carrying. So a bus width is defined by the number of wires in a bus. A computer bus can divide into two types: internal bus and external bus. Two types of buses: internal bus and external bus. Definition: a bus is a collection of parallel wires that form a pathway to carry address, data, and control signals. This is control signals, this is address signals, this is data signals. In order to carry this address signals and data signals and control signals, we require what? We require bus. Parallel wires we require. That is what? Bus. Okay. So this is an example for bus. You can write this example: bus, CPU, memory, and input output. Okay, na? In order to carry data and address control signals, we require a path. That path is called as a bus. Okay. So internal bus connects major computer components like processor, memory, and input output. It is also called as system bus. Generally, it is also named as system bus. So what do you mean by external bus? External bus connects the different external devices, peripherals, expansion slots, input output ports, drive connections to the rest of the computers. Outside system, outside we are connecting. Suppose mouse we are connecting, printer we are connecting, scanner we are connecting. We require some external bus. Internally we are connecting with the internal bus. It is also called as expansion bus and is slower than the system bus. Generally, it is compared to this bus, it will be slower. Okay. System bus and expansion bus comprise of three kinds of buses: data buses, address buses, and control buses. Okay. So what do you mean by data bus? Data bus provides a path to transfer data between CPU and memory. It's a very easy point. So it transfers the data. That's it. Data between from where to where, CPU and memory, it is transferring. It is enough. This explanation is enough. You can write this explanation as well, no problem. The data bus may consist of 32, 64, 128 lines of wire generally. Okay, the number of lines is referred to as the width of the data bus. Okay, it's enough. Now require this explanation. Okay, this is data bus. What do you mean by address bus? Connects CPU and RAM. Connects CPU and RAM. It connects CPU and RAM with a set of lines of wire similar to a data bus. Same like a data bus. It will works. Address bus. CPU and RAM. It connects CPU and RAM. The address bus width determines the maximum number of memory locations the computer can address. Pentium Pro 2, 3, 4 have 36-bit address bus that can address 2 suffix 36 bytes and are 64 GB of memory. So what do you mean by control bus? Control bus is used to control the access to and the use of the data and address line. It's controlling the accessing of a data and to the use of the data. So it controls and with the and address lines. This is about data bus and control bus and address bus. So next we will discuss some other concepts by next class. So thank you everyone.